The European Championships are just around the corner, where 24 international teams from Europe are competing to be crowned the best team in Europe. But what if there was a hypothetical situation where none of these great teams qualified for the tournament? What if the 24 lowest ranked nations in Europe qualified for the championships? Well, that is exactly where this video comes in. I went onto the UEFA website and looked at the nation rankings and went straight to the bottom. Gibraltar are currently the lowest ranked team in Europe, and they became my #1 seed for the European Championships, with San Marino as the second seed as the second lowest ranked team, and so on and so forth. I then got into the pre-game editor, did some editing and magic, and put all of these teams into the European Championships, so I loaded up a save file and they're all there ready to play. So what we're left with is a tournament of the lowest ranked nations in Europe, all competing for the biggest prize in European football. We're going to go and follow this tournament in today's video and find out which one of these nations will go on to crown themselves champions of Europe. So let me know down in the comments section below who you think is going to win the European Championships in this simulation. And whilst you're down there as well, make sure you do drop a like on the video for me and subscribe to the channel. Apparently 54% of you who watch my videos aren't subscribed. And I love subscribers. I'd quite like 100,000 of them. So subscribe, please. And just in case you're interested as well, I've already done a video simulating the European Championships, the actual European Championships, 100 times on Football Manager to try and find out who is going to win. So if you've not seen that video, link on top of the screen right now to check it out after you've watched this one. So diving in game, here we are, the European Championships. And as you can see, all the teams that aren't normally in the European Championships are there. So let's go through things group by group. And annoyingly, in the group stage, it's ordered alphabetically as opposed to the seeding order. So when I say Gibraltar were the first seed, they're the lowest ranked team in Europe. So I made them my first seed, so they were the first team in this group. I've got a little post-it note system here of all the actual seedings and stuff, so I know who's like the best and worst teams supposedly in this tournament. But obviously there are 6 groups, so obviously seed 2 San Marino go to the top of Group B. So I think it was, looking at my list here, Moldova are the 7th lowest ranked team in Europe, so they were the second seed in this group, and then I think it was Georgia and then Cyprus as the best team in this group supposedly. I've probably said that in a really weird, complicated way. You guys probably get what I'm trying to say, but this is the first group: Cyprus, Georgia, Gibraltar, Moldova. So on paper, Cyprus should be wiping the floor with this group, but I'd love to see Gibraltar get through. In Group B, we've got Belarus, Finland, Kazakhstan and San Marino. Supposedly Kazakhstan actually are a member of UEFA. They're on the rankings, even though I'm pretty sure Kazakhstan is heavily into Asia, but they're in the simulation, so welcome Kazakhstan. I think in this group, Finland should be wiping the floor with everyone. They should be the best team in there. I'd love to see San Marino get through. They won't, so I presume Belarus will also sneak through in second place. Group C, we have got Bulgaria, Kosovo, Luxembourg and North Macedonia, who actually are in the real European Championships, aren't they? I would love to see North Macedonia get through this group. I imagine alongside Bulgaria. I don't think Kosovo and Luxembourg are going to have the best chance of getting through. So this will be an interesting group. Group D is a very interesting group with Andorra, Azerbaijan, Faroe Islands and Israel. For me, again, Azerbaijan apparently in UEFA, I'm not quite sure about that one. I think it's pretty much in Asia. But still, I think Israel and the Faroe Islands will get through this one with Andorra and Azerbaijan being knocked out. Now, I don't want to say there's a group of death, but I think Group E could be the group of death. Latvia, Lithuania, Malta and Montenegro, I think they're all pretty similar. I don't think there's a huge difference between them, and I don't really want to call it. I think Montenegro and Latvia will probably end up going through, but Lithuania and Malta will give them a good run for their money. This is the group to watch out for, I think. This could be the group of death. And then finally in Group F, we have Armenia, Estonia, Liechtenstein, and Norway. Norway apparently ranked low enough in Europe right now to actually be in this competition in the lowest 24 ranked nations. But Norway, of course, if you look at their senior squad, they've got Erling Haaland, they've got Sander Berge, they've got Odegaard. They've got really, really decent players, right? So for me, Norway should be winning the entire competition. If Norway don't win with Haaland top scorer and Odegaard as top assister, then I have no idea what they've done wrong and their manager needs to be sacked. But Norway, for me, should win this hands down easily. Going through the group, obviously top of it, probably alongside Estonia. So they were my predictions. Let's simulate the group stage and see if I was correct. There's a lot of games to get through in the group stage and it's pretty difficult to keep up to date with everything, but there is somewhere you can keep up to date with all of the group stage stuff and all of the European Championship stuff in real life. And that, of course, is the One Football app, the sponsors of today's video. It's the best football app out there to keep up to date with all of the latest news and live scores from around the world, from all the competitions and teams that you care about. It's quicker at giving you updates than any other app out there. I use it all the time, think it's fantastic, and of course downloading the app for absolutely free from the top line of the description massively helps me and the channel out. So feel free to download it, would massively appreciate it if you could do so. So, group stage simulated. Let's see how these teams got on and who ended up winning the group stage. Well, as you can see, in Group A, Georgia and Cyprus qualified. I think I said Georgia and Cyprus, didn't I? Although I expected Cyprus to be top of the group, but both teams I said were going to qualify got through, knocking out Moldova and Gibraltar, who lost every single game, unfortunately for them. Into Group B then, and as you can see, 3 teams have qualified. Of course, because if we look at the rules of the European Championships, because this can probably explain it much better than I can actually say it. The top 2 teams qualify for the first knockout round, and then the best 4 teams from the rest qualify for the first knockout round. So virtually every team qualifies pretty much. There's no point in the group stage. But because it's a weird number of teams that qualify for the European Championships, if only 2 go through from each group, it doesn't work and it split down properly, does it, into the knockout stages, because there's too few teams then for a first knockout round, a quarter-final, etc, etc. So actually, more teams are going to qualify than I anticipated. But going back to Group B, Belarus, Finland and Kazakhstan getting through there. San Marino also losing every single game in the tournament so far. Group C, and again we see 3 teams qualifying: Kosovo, Bulgaria and North Macedonia. But what I didn't expect was Kosovo to be top of that group. I said Bulgaria and North Macedonia going through. Kosovo have won the group, so they've shocked me. The first, shock of a tournament is Kosovo doing better than expected. Particularly because Kosovo were the 3rd seed in the tournament as well. They were the 3rd seed, so they were the 3rd lowest ranked team in Europe. So I'm impressed with them. Into Group D, and only 2 teams qualifying from this one. Israel win every single game. Azerbaijan get through ahead of the Faroe Islands. I wasn't quite anticipating that one either. The Faroe Islands obviously not getting enough points to secure a 3rd place qualification, so unlucky to you boys. Which means that in Group E, the group of death, Montenegro top it with Lithuania in 2nd and Latvia in 3rd. Interestingly, Malta obviously losing every single game, as you can see there, not making it through into the knockout stages. Unlucky Malta. This was the group of death in my opinion, but it's not that deadly because 3 teams actually did qualify from the group. And finally into Group F, as we suspected, Norway absolutely battering everyone, just ahead of Estonia and Armenia, and Liechtenstein also losing every single game, being knocked out. What I'm very surprised about though is that Erling Haaland is not the top striker. He's got 3 goals to his name, but so do a lot of other players. But this guy, Dimitri, after the group stage, has got the most goals. He's got 4 goals in the group stages for Azerbaijan, so congratulations, mate. Enjoy that. In terms of assists, there's this guy who I'm not going to try and pronounce because it looks very complicated to say, and I'm English and I get it all wrong. He's got 3 assists to his name. He's the top guy right now. But weirdly, Martin Odegaard, not there at all. So this sets us up for the first knockout round. As you can see, the draw is here. I won't go through it all because that might just be a bit of wasted time to just talk through something you can read. But we're going to go and simulate this now and see which teams get through into the second knockout round, which is the quarter-final. That's how it works, Tom. And these were the results of the first knockout round. So, as you can see, Georgia beat Estonia 1-0 in extra time, knocking them out of the tournament, whereas Lithuania ended up beating Cyprus 2-1, big up to them. Latvia had to go to extra time to beat Belarus 3-1, and Norway had to rely on extra time to beat North Macedonia, only just scraping through in that game. Who got the goals in this one? Odegaard got one very late on, and Sorloth got one as well for them. North Macedonia scoring in the 92nd minute equalised. So despite Odegaard on a 9.2 rating, it doesn't seem like they played brilliantly in that game to get the goals. Erling Haaland letting the side down a little bit there, potentially. Bulgaria knock out Azerbaijan, so no more goals for the tournament's current top scorer. He might not have that record for much longer. Israel beat Finland 2-0. Montenegro beat Kazakhstan 2-0, but Armenia, in the tie of the round, thrashing Kosovo 4-1, get through into the quarterfinals. Exciting. So in the quarterfinals, it's a big one. Israel v Norway. How is that one going to go down? Because they are probably 2 of the favourites, I'd say, for the tournament. This is sending home someone big. That's exciting. Bulgaria v Latvia, Lithuania v Georgia, Armenia, Montenegro. I'm going to go Norway winning, Bulgaria winning, Georgia winning, Montenegro winning. That's what I'm going to say. And I was almost absolutely spot on. As you can see, Norway beating Israel 5-2 in a very exciting game there played out in the Stadio Olimpico in Rome. Bulgaria ended up beating Latvia 2-0 as predicted. Georgia squeezed past Lithuania in extra time. But it's Armenia who ended up beating Montenegro in extra time there. Loads of games going to extra time. No one quite being able to go to penalties yet. But an interesting round there of results. I can't believe Montenegro got knocked out. I thought they had it. I thought they were going to go strong and win it and maybe even get through to the final. But no. The final is going to be one of these four, or two of these four teams. Norway v Bulgaria, Armenia versus Georgia. I tell you what, I'm backing Armenia now. Armenia for me, I'm backing them. I think they're going to do the job. I think they're going to beat Georgia. And you can't look past Norway. Norway have got to beat Bulgaria probably. So let's give it a simulation and see what happens. Wow. Wow. I can't believe this. Bulgaria beat Norway on penalties. So Bulgaria get themselves into the final. Whereas Georgia beat Armenia 4-3. What a thrilling game that must have been. A 4-3 there. Please tell me there's a 90th minute winner for someone. There's not actually, which is a bit of a shame. It's a pretty boring game for the timings of the goals, I suppose. But 4-3 is an exciting result there. But I backed Armenia. Georgia did the business. But Norway, what has happened to Norway here? 37 shots they had. 37. And yet Norway couldn't win the game. Oh, you hate to see it. Odegaard got the goal for them. And then in the penalty shootout, Haaland missed his penalty. Joshua King missed his penalty as well, and the other guy that I can't pronounce missed his penalty too. Oh, and Bulgaria go through to win it. The Bulgaria keeper, by the way, on an 8.7 rating. You know he's done a good job there on an 8.7 rating. And despite Odegaard getting a perfect 10 rating, Norway couldn't do it. So Norway are out, which gives us a final of Bulgaria v Georgia. Before we simulate the final, though, we'll have a quick look at the player stats, and somehow there's still not someone on more than 4 goals. The guy Dimitri for Azerbaijan is still at the top there of the goal scoring chart on 4, but he's got it from the fewest amount of appearances, which is why he's currently number 1. And as it stands right now, will get the golden ball. Odegaard and Haaland both ended up on 4, but we can see here a guy from Georgia, Valery, I'm not going to try and say his surname at all. He's got 4 goals. If he scores just 1 in the final, he'll take home the golden ball at the end of the tournament. In terms of assists, well, a guy from Georgia is right up there with 4, tied with Odegaard. So hopefully the guy from Georgia assists the other guy from Georgia to get the top assist and top goals. But in terms of clean sheets, well, the Bulgarian keeper is up there. He's kept the most clean sheets. So this is going to be the battle of the... He's already got the golden glove because no one else can catch him up for the most clean sheets. So he's got the golden glove already. So congratulations to him. Oh, it's the battle of the best attack, I guess, in the top scorer, who's not even top scorer, he's just joint top scorer, versus the best keeper. Who's going to win? So, one final time. We go on holiday and we come back after 1 day. Go on holiday. And the results are going to come through. And Georgia have done it. Georgia beat Bulgaria 1-0 in extra time. What a result. And what a finale. What a finale as well. I can't believe it. I thought Bulgaria were going to... I didn't say prediction, but I did think Bulgaria would do it in my head. I thought the better defence was going to do it. But Georgia, they've come out and done it. The guy who got the goal was not the guy looking for the golden boot. So the golden boot goes to the bloke from Azerbaijan. So congratulations to him, if he's watching this video, which I'm probably sure he's not. But Georgia, who were the 13th seed out of the 24 teams, have gone on to win the European Championships. Congratulations to them. Did the top assister get the top assists in the end? No, he's still tied on the top with Odegaard. So Odegaard got it in fewer games, which means he takes home the golden pass, whatever that award is. Big up to Dmitry Nazarov from Azerbaijan, who's got the golden boot as well, scoring 4 goals in the fewest amount of games. Big up to him. And it's always harsh because the Bulgarian keeper kept the most clean sheets in the entire tournament, and yet the one game where you need to keep a clean sheet, he couldn't do it. So this is really interesting. This is really cool. I really enjoyed this. I'd love to have some suggestions and ideas from you guys in the comment section of what we can do as well in the future with more sort of stuff like this. What other stipulations do you want me to put the European Championships under? Like, what can we do to make it a bit more interesting and do some of the simulations? So give me your ideas down in the comment section. The ones with the most likes will likely get made into a video at some point down the line. So thank you ever so much for watching today's video. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. As I mentioned earlier, you can go and watch the video that I did with Amiga Luke on the 100 simulations of the European Championships. That's a good one. If you've seen that, get up to date with the Aberdeen save we've got going on the rocks. It's a really good save. I'm really enjoying it, and we just got to the Champions League, which is very exciting too. So get onto that one and have a look. If you want all the save files and database for this, they're going to be on the Patreon as well. So get yourselves down in the description. There's a link there to the Patreon. Sign up and you can get all the save files and databases from every experiment that I do and put out there. But until next time, hope you have a wonderful evening / afternoon / day, wherever you are in the world. And I'll see you in another video. Have a good one. Goodbye.